And now, the man, the myth, the legend, our host for tonight, Aristotle!
Thank you. Welcome to the 2019 Aristotle Awards. Looking for applause there, tough crowd. This is our 2000th annual awards, and tonight we have tons of qualified and just wonderful recipients for our awards tonight. And so we're gonna move right into it. Our first award goes to the most professional movie scene, and it goes to Sydney Carlson! Unfortunately, Sydney couldn't be with us tonight, so we're going to show her a clip from her movie.
Real nervous about this one.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Wonderful to meet you, Jason. Your office is great. The view outside your window is amazing.
Thank you. I do like to take walks around outside because it's just so beautiful and it really calms me down when I'm stressed.
How long have you been at Greek High?
Let's see, probably since the summer of 2012.
I've been reading about the scrutiny on the school. It's quite a story.
I mean, it is a great story that the gods twisted around. I am glad that you brought it up, though. It's good to know that you are well versed in your history.
For sure. I'm here today for the position of high school English teacher, and that's my experience. I'm very curious. Why do you need a high school English teacher?
Well, the title is Certified High School English Teacher at Greek High, and you'd be responsible for, well, I mean, you've been an English teacher before, but unfortunately, our last teacher was struck by Zeus's lightning bolt. So, I just want to know a little bit more about yourself.
Ever since I was little, I knew I wanted to be an English teacher. I grew up with subpar English teachers teaching me the bare minimum until I got to high school. I moved cities and I was thrown into a school district where, surprisingly, the teachers actually cared. But it was not until 12th grade when I was thrown into CHS Argument.
CHS Argument? No way! We have that class, and it is taught by our wonderful teacher, Mr. Byko.
That's where I learned about Aristotle's words of wisdom in his third book of Rhetoric. Specifically, what really stuck out to me was his stance on word choice. It made sense to me. Why would you use words that are not fitting the speech or the point you're trying to make? And he really brings that out in part 3. As Robert F. Hanley wrote in his piece, Brush Up on Your Aristotle, these faults expose the speaker as charlatan, as insincere.
Oh my gosh, that is my favorite Aristotle source to turn to when I have questions about the reading.
Mine as well. If I were to say there needs to be a comma here in comparison to it is obligatory to have a comma here, my students would understand me much more when I use common English that they are familiar with.
That is a very interesting take on Aristotle's work.
He's purely genius. I incorporate him into all my teaching methods. His words are timeless and the kids really seem to connect with it. And that's why I make sure to use common English when I talk. I want my students to understand me and not have to look up the definitions of words to say that I say just to sound smarter than them because I'm a teacher. I want to make a difference in kids' lives, and teaching English is my way to do that.
That is exactly what we're looking for in an English teacher. That was perfectly put. Your resume, it just looks fantastic, and you have great recommendations as I can see here. And if I were you, I would be expecting a call from us within the next 24 to 48 hours.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you. Now, for our next award, we're presenting the best breakup speech on camera. And the award goes to Liz Zubek!
Who made your dress?
Thank you.
We
Thank
love you!
Thank you so much. Gosh, where do I even begin? I've dreamt of winning this award ever since the 6th grade when I found out what boys were. And now it's finally happening. There's so many people I have to thank. First, my parents for making me a girl and therefore making me the smarter one in the relationship. Ooh. Next, I would like to thank the man himself, my infamous on-stage ex-boyfriend played by Harry Styles. Thank you for letting me break your heart on camera. And finally, the man who taught me how to find happiness and win almost every argument, Aristotle. Without you, I wouldn't be the woman I am today, single. For those who are unfamiliar with this genius, exceptionally gifted thinker, his third book of Rhetoric lays out how to win an argument so perfectly that you'll be riding solo in no time. I studied Aristotle back in high school, and his words have stuck with me ever since. His viewpoint on tone helped me, as well as the scriptwriters, craft the most successful breakup speech of all time. I accomplished this through the use of tone. Aristotle states that speech which fails to convey a plain meaning will fail to do just what that speech has to do. How correct and praiseworthy is that? This section of his book alone inspired the directors to make the movie. According to Alex Lickerman, an author for Psychology Today, he says, "Whatever the content of the things we say, it's our tone that communicates what we're feeling and when we say them." Tone is what got me to where I am today, in front of all of you winning this award. I really owe this all thanks to my teacher in CHS Argument senior year. He forced us to read Aristotle, which crafted the most effective breakup speech. It was something that had to be done. I could not deal with it anymore, and I needed to take control of my own life. I have to credit my use of tone to the fact that the breakup went so smoothly. I was able to employ a firm tone that made sure he knew that this time it was official. There was a time before this in the movie where I attempted to break up with him, but in the end, it did not work out. I'm sorry. I ended up getting back together with him 3 days later, but this was because it was before I was enrolled in CHS Argument and before I was made aware of Aristotle's words. But that's besides the point. Aristotle taught me that a good use of tone can have a great effect on how my audience views my speech, helping me win this award. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you everyone. My name's Aphrodite, if you don't know, and I have the pleasure of being here at the 2019 Aristotle Awards. And I'm here to present the award for the most convincing court case on film. So, the winner is, drum roll please, Robbie Palmieri. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Greeks and goddesses, let's get up here. Woo!
We love you, Robbie.
Wow. Just wow. I cannot believe I've been chosen for this amazing award. It truly took a lot of hard work and dedication, but I was able to do it. Being recognized for this amazing award, the most convincing court case on film, is truly something that I've dreamed about since I took CHS Argument in high school. I've had a lot of help along the way, but I have to thank one person specifically. This person has been a huge part of my life. And a special thank you goes out to Aristotle. I recently read something from Richard Graff in his edition of Society of Rhetoric Quarterly that said, "The idea that Aristotle stands in a pivotal role between orality and literacy has become something of a commonplace in scholarly literature. This could not be more true. I owe all my success, and most people should, to the influence of Aristotle on our speech today. What enabled me to win this award was my understanding of style of expression and how that made me different from everyone in this scene. Aristotle showed me this and helped me realize how to achieve this. Aristotle says in his book 3 of Rhetoric that expression falls on 3 points. He says, the first question to receive attention was naturally the one that comes first naturally, how persuasion can be produced from the facts themselves. The second is how to set these facts out in language. A third would be the proper method of delivery. This is the thing that affects the success of a speech greatly. I know that my speech in this movie was affected greatly by my delivery of it, and how I set the facts out, and how I was convincing in it. Aristotle taught me how to successfully do all this, and this is why I'm successful today. I would also like to thank my friends and family for helping me achieve this goal of mine. Although you played an ever so slight role in this process, I still would like to thank you. And I would also like to send a special thank you to Mr. Byko, who made me read those 3 books of rhetoric. They truly have made me a better speaker today and had a great influence on my career. Thank you again for everyone for recognizing me for the most convincing court case in a film. Have a great night. I love you, Greece. Great to see you guys. Great to see you. Quiet down, please. Thank you for the warm welcome back. You know, we're here with our last award of the night, and this goes to the best cooking show on Netflix. And the winner is Grace Dugan and Jason Minicozy for My Big Fat Greek Cooking Show!
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Wow, we are totally surprised that we won this award. First of all, we would like to thank our friends and family, especially my mom who has the cooking show running during all hours of the day.
Yes, and thank you to all of our sponsors, like college and high school and Pitt University. We really could not have done it without you guys and all the support. So thank you so much, and tune in to our next season of Cooking with Mr. Biko.
Most importantly, I would like to thank Aristotle for providing me with everything I need to know how to convince my audience about how wonderful our dishes actually taste.
Yes, Book 3 of Rhetoric taught me more about cooking than my own Italian grandmother.
His book 3 of Rhetoric conveyed wonderfully the importance of metaphors and how similar they are to similes. His focus on figurative language has allowed us to help our audience understand how a recipe should be made by relating it to items in everyday life.
This connection is important for people today because according to psychology today, metaphors are not just literary techniques, they are very potent psychological techniques. They connect something that is less understood to our audiences, and then it connects with something that is more understood. And then this is how we are able to speak to our entire audience base.
As Caitlin Cayce states on Writing Commons, figures of speech are intended to create a connection or highlight a significant part of a discussion. Thank you again. We love you all. Stream My Big Fat Greek cooking show on Netflix now.
And guys, we have a special announcement for you. We're actually going to show a clip from My Big Fat Greek cooking show.
Hi, I'm Grace.
And I'm Jason.
And welcome to
Our Big Fat Greek Cooking Show.
Today we are going to be making a Greek specialty,
Cookie cake! This just so happens to be my favorite snack to eat in our food-free CHS Argument class with Mr. Biko.
First, we're going to put this coffee creamer in, which is as smooth as silk. And then we're going to put this butter in, which is as yellow as the sun.
And then we're gonna put this sugar in, which is as sweet as my pickup lines.
Okay.
A little bit of dabble of this, just a pinch. Now we gotta stir the mixture, just like high school girls stirring up drama in the cafeteria.
Oh, Jason. After the mixture is smoother than Aristotle's writing, we will put the bowl into the oven. It's done!
Wow, this cake has been heating up like the asphalt on a hot day.
This looks as beautiful as my Aristotle rhetoric assignments. Now it's time to enjoy!
Tune in next Monday to Period 11 Central. And remember, this is Jason
And Grace
on Our Big Fat Greek Cooking Show.
Goodbye from Greece. Thank you for another successful year of the Aristotle Awards.
Woo!